All right, it is currently December 20th, and I am tired. I have gotten most of my Christmas orders done, and I have been just like a madman getting Etsy orders fulfilled and stuff, sending wedgies out and wedgie sleds out. And if you ordered one from me, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. I still have other Christmas gifts I'm trying to get done before Christmas, but it's a lot. And let me tell you something, guys. I don't really want to be out here. It's cold. Again, I'm tired. And the shop has just sucked everything out of me. That being said, I don't want to not be out here. I love my shop. I love being out here and I love making. So I'm kind of forcing myself to be out here and to be creative and to get things done. You could say I have burnout or that I'm lazy, whatever. Just the fact of it is that I think I need to do something creative in order to get the ball rolling again, because all I want to do is stay inside and sleep and do nothing. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to turn something and hopefully spark my motivation again to just get me going. This is not meant to be like a how to get out of a funk video. I just kind of needed to vent a little bit to let everybody know that this is hard. This is so hard. This happens to all of us. It's not just you, especially around the holiday seasons where we are all just trying to put out as much stuff, make as much money, and make people happy. We often forget about making ourselves happy. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna make myself happy by making something and creating something. So, let's get to it. The first thing we're gonna do is head over to my stash. I really, really need to make an upgraded system for this, but this is basically where I store all of my blanks. We got some segmented stuff, we've got some burl blanks, big elm blank. Basically this is just the place where I have all my blanks, so I can just come and grab something real quick and turn it out. Question is, what am I looking for? This catches my attention, but I don't think this has a bottom to it. No, this has no bottom. So this does, though. This is nice little walnut bowl. Oh, and it's already got a recess in it. And maybe we'll do this. So we're gonna start with this nice little walnut piece. I'm pretty sure I put this in with the CNC a while ago. I don't know how well that's gonna hold, but I guess we'll test it out. Maybe. I kind of want to turn the bottom of this first. Yeah, I do. All right, let's just get it on the lathe and let's go. So if you don't have a pair of jaws, I strongly recommend getting them. I would not get this pair. I forget where I got it from. It's just, they work fine. They're just a little bit of a hassle. But I just wanted to bust them out to see if they would actually work in here, which I'm sure they would. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would lock in there just fine, and then I could turn it like this. The only reason I don't want to do that is because I want to round over this edge here, and that's a little bit harder with these jaws like that. So, and I want to put a little bit of a foot on the back here, you know, just detail things kind of, but I think the reason I did that, I put this inset in for the jaws, was speed. You know, I can just chuck this up and turn it and it's ready to go, which is kind of nice. If you have questions about chucks and jaws, leave them down in the comments below. I would not say I am like an expert on them, but I feel like I could help guide you in the right direction. That being said, we are gonna put on some coal jaws, which is basically you take off these little pieces here, and I'm gonna put on this flat piece here with some of these little rubber feet, and you can set it to whatever depth you want, and then you can open and close it. And that's gonna allow me to mount this bowl in there and turn the backside of it, so. And that is that. As you can see, as I loosen the jaws or tighten the jaws, these will move in or out. And these are rubber, they're like a hard rubber, so they will hold usually whatever piece you decide to put in there. Segmented pieces are a lot easier because it'll kind of lock in on the segments. But yeah, again, if you guys have questions on this or jaws or anything like this, put them down in the comments, and if I get enough, I will attempt to make a video. Now, when I start with this, I make sure that my lathe is set to its slowest speed, because these are obviously all metal, and last thing you want is this thing flipped on the lathe's highest speed and one of these flying off and doing some serious damage. So just make sure your lathe is set to its slowest speed. Open these bad boys up. Get this guy settled in there best I can. Just turning it around, make sure it's centered well, and can tighten it up. This is why I don't like these jaws, because I have this as a tightening method. I'll just show you real quick. You have to move these parts opposite in order to tighten this down, and you use these two little doojumahikets, and that's how you do it. It works, it's just not easy or convenient, so that's why I don't like these jaws, but I know that they were a really good price, especially as a beginner. You get what you pay for. Cheap stuff requires a little bit more manual labor, but it works. All right, I've decided I have been talking way too much, so we are just going to turn and enjoy the process. I'm liking this profile. Man, it feels good in my hand. I have a little bit left to take off right here, so we'll just get that done. I don't want to make this lip too thin. I want the thickness of the whole bowl to be about this thick, so I'll have some work to do on the inside. Maybe. Yeah, digging it. Yeah, I think that looks great. It sits really well in your hand, like when you're holding it, it feels good. The lip is good, and it matches most of the bowl. If anything, I need to take off a little bit of material here on the inside corner, but yeah, it feels good. I am gonna take off a teensy bit here on this inside corner, just because I can feel it goes from thin to really fatty. Oh man, the profile is so good though. I don't want to mess with it very much, but I think it just needs a teensy bit. So how I do it is I put light pressure here on the tip or on the edge of the bowl, and as I get further in, I'll push harder, which will then remove more material. So just nice and light, just kind of get a base, and then as I get further in, I'm going to push more, and you can see my shavings get darker or thicker, and then I'll just ease out again towards the center of the bottom of the bowl. Just like that. And I could get some calipers and stuff and really check the thickness on this, but I always do my bowls mostly just by feel, so that's feeling pretty good. All right, to finish this up, we are going to use Furniture Butter by Walrus Oil. It's one of my favorite finishes. Kind of like a hard wax oil finish. And it does a really, really good job. We're gonna put it on my hand, and yeah. You don't need a lot of it, but never hurts to put more than you need. Dang, this bowl looks so good, guys. So one reason I apply my finish while it's on the lathe is so that I can buff it off in a little while. Yeah, I can't finish the very bottom of the bowl, but that's fine. I like to have the bowl buffed where it's going to be used the most because, well, it's going to be used the most there. So I can apply this hard wax oil finish and then buff it off and then apply another coat of beeswax finish when I'm done. And this thing will really shine, and the finish is just phenomenal. It'll last years. So, yeah. Come back in a little while and get this off of here and finish it up. All right, this has settled, and we are going to buff it. All I have is this rag to buff it with. I'm out of those blue shop rags that I love so much. So this is gonna have to do the trick. And I am applying like a decent amount of pressure to this. It's just gonna really push any of that wax and oil in there. And when I say in there, I mean into all the pores and the grain. Just gonna help give it a really nice protective coat and shine as well. All right. And there we have it. Beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm gonna let this sit for like a minute, just in case any other oils wanna seep out of here, and then I will come back with some beeswax and get that on there. All right, I know it's kind of hard to see with the lighting and stuff, but I've just got walrus oil wood wax. I'm gonna put a decent amount on here, and apply that. Again, I'm putting a decent amount of pressure on here just to push it into the wood grain. We'll let that sit, and then we will buff that out. Now we're buffing, applying good pressure to the bowl. Really work that wax in there. Oh, a little too much pressure. Then I can just come back nice and light. Little tiny bit of pressure. This is just gonna kind of polish it off a little bit. And there we go. And that is a beautifully finished walnut bowl. Always the scariest part for me is getting this bowl off the chuck, because for some reason I always tend to drop it. Hopefully not today. And I'm tightening it. Yep, I'm in trouble now. This is why I hate this chuck. If I can. Oh. Yeah, that's definitely tightening. I told you. All right, let's take a look. Hopefully we didn't damage the bowl. All the sides look good. The rim looks good. I don't know where it dropped. Oh, it dropped right here. There's a nice little ding right there. Dude, I hate this chuck. I'm getting a new one. It's final, I'm doing it. And there's the test. It sits nice and flat. Man, I love the profile of this bowl. It looks phenomenal. It feels really good in your hands. It's decently deep. Good little snack bowl, personal bowl sort of a thing. So I'm gonna laser engrave this, and then we can finish it. Just real quick, gonna sign this. It is December 23. Okay. I sign all of my bowls I turn because I feel like, I mean, I don't make them all that often, and so they're kind of special, and I think that, I don't know, it gives it that one-of-a-kind feeling. A little bit of furniture butter in here to finish it up, and we are good to go. We'll let this sit, and I will see you guys at the finish line. Oh, let me hit this dinged part with a little bit of this too, just in case it's, yeah. Anyways, see you guys at the finish line. All right, we made it. Look at this thing, dude. It's so pretty. It's funny because I've turned a lot of segmented bowls, and every time I'm obsessed with it. It's so pretty. It's great. That's one of my favorite things about wood turning is you can turn 100 bowls, and by the 100th bowl, you'll still be obsessed with it. The only thing I don't like about this bowl is the fact that, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can see some of my sanding lines. It's not the end of the world, but it's just not as professional, if that makes sense. But I think I accomplished the goal of what I wanted with this bowl, which was to re-spark my fire here in the shop. And I'm excited to be back out here again and get back to work and to create and make. So thank you guys for bearing with me through this turning process. I hope that you guys maybe learned something or were at least somewhat entertained. That's it for me. Be good, be safe, be happy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.